now at least you don't have to make mistakes that I made. You can just go in now with your head and your will and commit to this journey, and enjoy your journey even more. Okay, so hey guys, I'm Emmanuel from Locs, bringing you yet another fantastic video related to Freeform Locs. I'm shooting all the way from Cameroon, my native land, okay, West Africa. Today we'll be talking about the 4 major steps you need to know before you start your Freeform Loc journey. The first one on the list is know thyself. What do I mean by knowing thyself? Okay, you need to know what kind of person are you, what's your personality type. Okay, are you rather a free-spirited person, or are you more of self-conscious, high maintenance kind of person? Okay, if you're free-spirited, there's a high chance that you would really embrace every step of the Freeform Loc journey. What do I mean? When you're free-spirited, you really don't give a damn about what people think or say or all of those kind of things, you know, like, oh, why's your hair like that? Why is it frizzy? Why don't you comb your hair? Why don't you do this? Okay, as opposed to a person who is more self-conscious, like, I'm so careful about how it looks and what people would say, and therefore I would not, you know, go through this Freeform route. So it's very important to know this. When you know this, then you can embrace your journey fully, okay, with all the changes that will happen to your hair, you know, all along. It's every step of the way. Okay, so when I was starting out, in fact, I had to really take off time, and I was looking at a lot of videos on YouTube, okay, and I was looking at freeform. I didn't even know what freeform meant, okay, and that's when I discovered that there's a Freeform Locs, there are semi-freeform, you have the 2-strand twist method, you have all the different methods that are available, okay, extensions, 3-strand twists even, you know. So you have to choose from there what is really your type, okay. But I assume that if you're on the Freeform Loc journey, okay, you've made up your mind that, you know, you're more of a free-spirited type, okay. So secondly, number 2, are you high top or full head? Okay, high top or full head. What do I mean? You have high top dreads or high top locks, and you also have a full head of locks, okay. When I was starting out, really, I kind of knew that I wanted to get a full head of locks, but because I've been keeping a high top fade, you know, and that's when the call came to me to start Freeform Locs. I said, okay, damn it, let me just go straight. So that's why that's how I learned about doing the proper transition from high top to full head, okay. So you have to make that decision right off the bat. Do you really vibe with the full head of locks, or are you more of the high top? I would recommend the full head of locks. I'll tell you why. You see, number 1, the high top dread or high top locks is pretty much, let's say, it's more popular and it's too easy. You know, I'm one of those who believes that everything that is popular is wrong, okay. That's for another video, okay. Everything that's popular is wrong. What do I mean is that, you know, if you're more of the type who is very adventurous, you want to take a leap into something that you can't predict, then you take the full head of locks. All right, it's not as easy as starting off a high top locks. Secondly, a full head of locks gives you like it gives you a bigger range, it gives you more volume, it gives you more volume to your locks, okay. When you have a full head, you have that hair popping out from the sides like this, and it grows, it's really full. But I wasn't like this when I was starting off, okay. I had a fade here, it was really low, so I had to wait for this side to catch up with the length here, okay. I'm still in that transition right now, okay. But you see, already it gives you it gives you more volume, okay, to your locks, a full head of locks. All right, I have a video, by the way, you know, talking about that full head, high top locks to full head, okay, which is better. Third thing you need to consider when starting Freeform Locs on your journey is you got to choose oil or no oil. Okay, when I started off, okay, I had a habit of using oils heavily in my hair, and you know, you can only compare one bad experience with a better one. Okay, so what do I mean? I used to apply a lot of oils in my hair heavily even before I started this log journey, and it's only when I did the no oil that I realized how relieving it was, you know, to just have your hair on without using any oils. Okay, so I had been moving on with this, and it was very irritating with all of the heat that you have. Like, I'm in a tropical zone in Cameroon. Okay, and until I stumbled on the video, and this lady was talking about no oil in her Freeform locks. Okay, and she was talking about the best oil, by the way, for Freeform locks. Now it intrigued my curiosity. Okay, only to find out that that oil in question was just your natural oils. That's your sebum. Okay, and when I gave it a try for my first month, I realized that wow, it was great. Just the feeling, I felt so good about having no oil in my hair for the first time in my life. And then, you know, I just went on from there. Okay, so, and there's so many advantages to having no oil. I have a video, by the way, that talks about this. Okay, and one of the most important ones is that, you know, the less grease you have in your locks, the more tightly locked your hair would go. Okay, so that's just what I can say. Okay, so you have to make that decision whether you would be using oils or no oils. But you see, in the Freedom Loc philosophy, Freedom Locs philosophy, we really advocate no oils in our Freeform locks. Okay, but it's for you to choose. The fourth step here, okay, has to do with you guessed it right, the wash routine. Okay, so how often would you wash your hair? You need to wash your hair. There are many persons who see us, you know, who grow Freeform dreads and they think that we don't wash our hair. Okay, wash our locks. You need to wash them, and there's so many benefits of washing them. The one that really comes to mind is washing your locks helps tighten them even more. Your locks, and especially washing them with cold water. Okay, I have videos that talk about this. Okay, check them out. And you have to decide how often. Once a week, twice a week. Okay, and you know, when you decide on that, you would have to play around with them and experiment for yourself and see what works best for you. What worked best for me, initially I was doing 2 times a week. Okay, and after a while I shifted off to once a week. I've also tried once every 2 weeks. Okay, but I finally settled for once a week. Okay, and that's what really works best for me. As I'm talking about this now, I just realized that talking about in my first point about knowing thyself, there's a third point that you need to know your hair type. Okay, this just came to me now and I just remembered this. Okay, you need to know your hair type, because knowing your hair type would help you to understand the different changes in your journey. Okay, when you have type 4C hair like what I have, okay, it would help you to understand your journey even more and be more understanding about the changes that are taking place in your hair, in your locks. Okay, when you have, the straighter your hair is, when you're type 1, type 2, the straighter your hair is, the longer it will take to lock up. Okay, generally when you have the type 4C, which is ultimately like what I call the chosen, okay, your hair actually locks up even faster. Okay, and it has a different pattern along the line. So if you've stayed a little longer, then you'd have this bonus step. Okay, and this is only for those who stayed longer up to this point. All right, are you ready? The 5th point is have a nightcap routine. Okay, what do I mean is that you should have a cap, have some kind of cap. Okay, have something like this. Okay, which is preferable if it is silky. If it's silk, you know, it has much more advantages over cotton or over something that is woolly. Okay, so what happens is when you go to bed and you have your locks and you're growing your locks, okay, there are 2 main things that happen. The first one is if you have a pillow, or even you must have some kind of sheets on your bed, right? And if it's even cotton or something that is more absorbent, what will happen is it's gonna easily absorb your hair oil. I'm talking about your sebum. Okay, and you really don't want that. Okay, you want to keep that sebum marinating in there in your hair. It's useful for your hair. It has so many properties. Okay, and it even helps lock your hair better. The second reason why you want to have a nightcap, okay, It's because also when you're sleeping and you're lying down on your pillow, there's some tension that develops between your hair, your locks, and the pillow. That tension will not be good for your locks, especially when you're on your starting journey, when you have starter locks. Okay, you don't want that tension on your baby locks at that stage. And because when you're lying down there, when you're lying down and you don't have some kind of hat or cap to keep your hair locked in, in that cap, your hair, you could easily have tension coming in from that friction between your hair and the pillow, okay? And that might not do well for your lock evolution. So that's the 5 steps I had for you. Now at least you don't have to make mistakes that I made. You can just go in now with your head and your will and commit to this journey and enjoy your journey even more. Okay, so you guys have a fantastic weekend all the way from Cameroon, and see you on the next one.